I'm gonna tell you why Daryl didn't like this judge. He was mad at her because she's not follically challenged. She had all this full head of hair. He did not like that. And he was like, you know what? Just because you got a hairline, don't mean you get to talk to me like this.
I provided you yesterday as a courtesy with a copy of my oaths of office. My name is on that as well.
They were not certified.
You are attempting to disrupt with asking questions like this.
I am not.
I realize it may very well be related to your claim to be a sovereign citizen.
He said the back, she said that Samantha said that the back of his neck, because of the lines and stuff, looks like a person's face. So let's look for it.
And
claim to be
disputing the
claim to be sovereign. That's correct.
Jurisdiction of this court, but these are not questions this court is obligated to answer.
I would like to correct the record and say that I am sovereign.
All right, you believe you're sovereign. The record is corrected. So, Mr. Brooks, we're getting really close for you crossing the line.
Really close to crossing the
line. Being removed from the
Honor.
courtroom for continued interruptions.
I
want you here.
To that, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks, you haven't let me get in one sentence this morning. It is only, it's 8:57.
This is so funny. Poor judge. This was in the beginning, so of course she didn't know what she was getting herself into. She didn't know what kind of ride this was. She was like, look, come on, guys, you're interrupting me some, Like she had no idea that she was going to get 2+ weeks of this. She was going to get 2.5 or so weeks of this every fucking day. She didn't know. She didn't know. She know now.
I want you to be here. Certainly my preference is for you to be here to participate fully, but you do not have the right to disrupt the proper administration. I demand dignity, order, and decorum. You have been provided with the copy of SCR Chapter 62 that lists the responsibilities that myself, the attorneys in this courtroom, the litigants, it even applies, as you can see if you read it, applies to witnesses, jurors, those in attendance. Everyone here has been respectful other than you.
I'm going to tell you why Daryl didn't like this judge. He was mad at her because she's not follically challenged. She had all this full head of hair, and that pissed him off. He did not like that. And he was like, you know what, bitch? Just because you got a hairline, don't mean you get to talk to me like this. You're going too far, okay? You're going too far is what I'm saying. Your hairline does not make you better than me. It just makes you look better than me, okay?
Throughout these proceedings.
I object to that respectfully. I have not been disruptive. And I did not see any paperwork that you just described to be in front
Mr.
of you.
I'm going to continue with a finding right now that you have flagrantly disregarded elementary standards of proper conduct. That conduct will not be tolerated. You stating things.
Oh, Semper Fi. That's the Marines. I know that. I used to be married to one of those.
Even in a mild-mannered tone of voice doesn't change the fact that we've had a dozen or more interruptions by you and by you alone. When you don't like the answer I give, even if that's a non-response, you continue to ask the same question over and over. You repeat yourself. You show absolutely no respect for the court, for these proceedings. You have demonstrated in the short, not even 30 minutes that we've been on the record, that you will continue to disrupt. I am going to have the jurors brought in. Again, it is my sincere hope that you follow these simple and basic rules But the next interruption, you will be removed to the next courtroom.
I do not consent to any paperwork that is not based factually in law. I don't give my consent.
We have the jurors here?
And I do not, I will not agree to anything.
Not yet, okay.
So again,
Your Honor, just from the
with that
state.
title, I object respectfully. With that title name that is on your card, since you will not answer the question that I've merely asked of Your Honor numerous times at this point, can that title name please direct the prosecutor to answer whether there are any more charges?
I wonder if Daryl really thought he was gonna get away with it.
Can the title name
like, because honestly, can't you see Daryl sitting in the room talking to his mama, probably talking about, look, well, I found this here loophole, right? Like, if I'm a sovereign citizen, right? And then if I tell her, that blah, 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 then, if she can't answer that question, she has to let me go, okay? If she can't answer the question, then she got to let me go. Get these things up off my ankles. They're too tight upon my cankles.
please direct the prosecutor to answer whether there are assessment for the charges
Mr. Brooks.
in her possession?
No one's going to be answering these questions, okay? I'm not requiring the state to do
Nobody.
that. I'm advising you to stop asking those questions.
Nobody, baby.
It will be considered an he's interrupted.
I
Take him to the
request
next
the title
courtroom.
name.
I'll make more findings when he is in the courtroom next door, and I can do that without an interruption.
Or agree to an estoppel, and I will move the court again.
No, that's right. How them bunk beds is doing? How you liking them bunk beds? In the prison. In the prison. You gonna let your mama have the top bunk or the bottom bunk or whichever one she's used to? They should have had to been in there together at least for a little while. I know that's right, Coffee Cake. Yeah, them people didn't have to give their permission for you to do what you done. You know some shit? He just like, that's like, honestly, I don't think to him those people ever existed. I don't think they ever existed. Do you recall him ever actually speaking about them at all? I don't. I don't recall that. Y'all let me know.
Currently, you are not muted. All right,
They
Mr.
ought to
Brooks.
be. Mute him.
All right, you can mute him.
Pronto.
All right, Mr. Brooks, you have been muted so that I can make some appropriate findings here this morning. I understand that you object. Your objection is noted. Your lack of consent is noted. As I indicated earlier, I lost track after about a dozen or so interruptions by Mr. Brooks.
Oh, he yelling. He yelling, y'all. Look.
He
Look.
continues to ask questions that I told him I would not answer. And even though I made a decision not to answer questions, he keeps asking those. From my perspective, they are questions that any sovereign or sovereign citizen tends to ask regarding my name, my oath, jurisdiction, things of that nature. This court, of course, has authority from the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin, the statutes. I've been duly elected twice now by the citizens of Waukesha County to preside over criminal and other cases in the courts of Waukesha County. I fully am aware that Mr. Brooks, as a sovereign, disputes the validity of that, but from my perspective, they are not issues that need to be debated.
Good night, Kayla. Go get that man the attention. You better get that man the attention. You better give it to him. Tell him Mama said, what's up? Said, hello. Okay, take care of my Kayla. You better take care of my Kayla. Don't play. Don't play. send I'll send her uncles to the house. Oh, good night, Kayla. Good night. So long. Farewell. I'll be to say goodbye.
Debated. He raises these issues really just by simple statements. He has never filed an appropriate motion. Motions are governed by state law. Written motions require that the specific relief be requested, that the motion be based on law and fact. I've never gotten anything even close to that from Mr. Brooks. Even if I were to accept an oral motion, which can be proper at times, he has
Night,
failed to follow
Aaron.
the simplest of procedural requirements. He continues to be in the other courtroom. You can see on the monitor, he's
Good night, Aaron. Sleep tight, boo. Mama love you. Yes, you do.
standing. He's facing the other direction. He's yelling what, I can't hear him, but it appears that he is yelling. I muted him because of his interruption.
All right, I'll make a hoodie tomorrow. I'll make a hoodie to go up tomorrow that it will say grounds. Okay? I promise. I promise. And then I'll take a picture. Well, I have a picture thing of it and I'll post it as a thingy so you guys will know that it's up. Okay? Okay? I will do that. There'll be a, little post in my YouTube thing that'll show up to show it. Okay? And then you'll know.
Interruptions of the court, and I understand he objects. His objection is again once is noted. And because of the disruptions, and based upon the authority in Illinois versus Allen,
Look at Darrell in his
I
little
also referenced yesterday a persuasive case. It's not at my fingertips. I'll get that for the record. It's the Pennsylvania case that I
It's the shoulder pads for me, Daryl. It's the shoulder pads for me.
found to be of persuasive
Hey, Kevin.
value, where a similar procedure was done. Frankly, what we are providing here in Waukesha County through the use of the technology we have in the courtroom is far superior to what was done in that Pennsylvania case. I have the ability to mute, to unmute. I can see him. He can see the 4 cameras in this courtroom right now. That would be me. It would be
This,
the
that, and
table
the
where
third.
I would like him to be seated. That is
All
empty,
right.
the prosecution
Go ahead
table,
and do that one
and then the witness stand. I am cognizant that the one limitation is the cameras do not pick up the jurors when they sit.
Look at Daryl. He's like, look, I got a suit on. Y'all need to respect me.
Appears to me that Mr. Brooks continues to stand, make hand gestures, and talk. I will, again,
Look at him.
just advise him, should he desire to raise any issues with the court.
Oh my God, how funny would it be? How funny exactly would it be if suddenly, with him being just standing there, we can't see who's off the screen, right? If all of a sudden somebody just comes into the screen kind of flying like they dove and just takes Daryl just straight, almost look like something just flew in out of nowhere, like somebody just dived and just take him down, but we wouldn't even see it coming. Oh my God, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Like,
He is
like while he's
advised
doing that, all of a sudden
to
somebody
write
come
that
from the
down
left
on
side,
paper.
and it
The
just
bailiffs
goes.
are instructed to promptly provide that either to the court staff that's in there or another bailiff, and that will be provided to me forthwith so that I can raise any issues of merit.